Welcome everyone to Enlightened World Network. I'm your host, Deb Goldberg, for today's Meditation a Day with Susan Kennard. Welcome, Susan.
Welcome, thank you. It's great to be here again.
It is always great to have you here. I love your meditations, they're awesome. Why don't you tell us what you're going to lead us in today?
Well, one of the things I feel is really important is for us to understand how to create success. And everyone wants more success, right? And so it's really important to understand that we are a unified field of light, and therefore we're in this quantum energy field. And what I found is that when we actually connect with the intention of the quantum field, we're able to really project our energy to something to create more success. In this case, what we're going to do today is success. So depending on what your perception of success is, mine is freedom, okay? But somebody else's perception of success might be a love relationship, could be whatever. So depending on what your perception of success is, I want you, when you have this meditation in a moment and this activation, I want you to actually create it from your perspective of what success means. Okay. So for me, it would be freedom. So I might be doing this process and this meditation from the perspective of seeing more freedom, feeling more freedom, and experiencing more freedom. Whereas somebody else might say, well, actually, I want more money. Other people might say, I want success as a healthy body, whatever it might be for you. So those listening, whatever the perception of success is to you is where your intention needs to be when we do this meditation. And so when we're thinking about the quantum field, this is my perspective on it, but I see it as we are part of this unified field of light, which is quantum energy. And of course, you know, it's great talking about quantum energy because that's science, you know, and I'm known as the spiritual scientist, as you know, and I like to really look at the science of how we manifest, as well as, yes, we are the soul in a body having a human experience. And part of what we needed to experience was the ability to remember we could manifest and co-create with God, the universe, because we are that as well. So to remember that. And so what I've noticed, not only in myself, but definitely with the people I work with, my groups, my clients, and so on, is that the more we are able to clear our energy field, in the sense of clearing the dust away, I like to say, the more we dust our energy field, the brighter we are, the more connected we are with the light, and therefore our quantum energy field is more expanded. So the guides will take me through the process to take you through the process so that you can come on this journey together with myself and my guides and your guides, and we can create more success in the quantum field. So let's get started to do that. But I really like to explain, first of all, you know, what it's about, and then people can get a sense of an intention or a perception of how they want to take this. Okay. All right. So if we can just come into our heart space. And just really connect with the heart right now. The heart energy is essentially our heart field. And to get the answers we need, we just need to connect with our heart field. And the more we connect with this heart field that we have, the more we can feel and sense what we are attracting into our experience and the level of vibration that thing, experience, or feeling we are having. Depends on how expanded our heart is. So the guides are saying, as we're connecting with our hearts, all hearts are one, they say, And all hearts are here to expand and to connect with this unified field of light of consciousness. So we wish for you to connect with your heart center. And as I'm connecting, the guides are showing me this beautiful sphere of light, almost as if it's behind my hands in my heart. So I want you to imagine that you have this beautiful sphere of light. And as I look at it, I can see many colors within this sphere of light that is behind our hands in our heart center. And so just breathe into this beautiful ball or sphere of light. And as you start to breathe more deeply, and sometimes it's good to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. If this feels good to you, this is a really incredible way of calming down your central nervous system and coming into that parasympathetic nervous system where you can really find that sense of peace and calm. Good. And now connect back with that sphere of light and watch as this light starts to expand out throughout your heart, your body, and through every single cell of your body. And connect with how it feels to be connected to this light. And I want you just for a moment to think about what success means to you. Is it more money? Is it freedom? Is it love? Is it a home? Is it family? Is it all of those? And it is your choice completely in this human expression to choose. You always had this ability, this memory that you were here to choose. So I want you to imagine that you could choose success. Imagine there was nothing in the way of the success that you perceive. Imagine that the success that you perceive you could bring into your life now. How would it look? How would it feel? Who would you be? And then I want you to connect with your body in this moment and just notice if you feel any resistance. Just notice where you feel that in your body. And I want you just to acknowledge it without judgment. Just acknowledge these feelings. It could be feelings of judgment, it could be fear, it could be shame, it could be guilt. And these feelings and emotions are never about today. These feelings and emotions are always from before. Now we know that there is only now. And so what you're experiencing, if there is any resistance or emotion about receiving this pure success, is really just dust in your field. And so this dust in your field stops you from actually bringing in the very thing that you choose and you wish. So I want you just to connect to where this dust is in your field of light. So I want you to imagine that you could scan down your energy field, almost as if you have a laser beam. And just imagine that you're scanning this laser beam all the way down. And just notice where it stops. Just notice where this resistance is. Okay. So we're just going to come in here, and I feel Mother Mary stepping in here, and she is actually coming in to heal the suffering child. So those children within you from this time, but maybe other lifetimes as well, that have felt unworthy of receiving success, unworthy, ashamed, afraid. And I'm also seeing the pointing of the finger, you know, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are the one that knows everything, and all of these kind of emotions and words. And sometimes as children, we're told kind of to stay small, you know, don't be seen. And sometimes that makes us feel unimportant. So Mother Mary is just stepping in here. And I want you just to connect with where this resistance is in your body. And Mother Mary is going to come in and release this, all of the pain and the suffering, from the perspective of receiving success so that you can receive more success. Here we go. So as she was stepping in there, she was giving you all a beautiful hug, and her arms were around you and healing that inner child part of you, that part that thought success was for somebody else, that it wasn't for you, whatever your perception of success is. Okay, so I just want you to connect once again with your picture of what success is for you. So just connect and just notice how it feels now. Is it slightly more possible? Does it feel that it may be nearer to you and not quite so far away? Just check in with that. Good. And so the Palladian Collective step in here, and they are very pleased to be here with you, because one of the things that they're saying to me, and I know about the Palladian Collective, is that they work very closely with resentment. And so what we know about resentment and the vibration of resentment is that it stops the flow of receiving. And so when we're in the flow of receiving, we're able to receive the abundance, the success, the freedom, whatever it means to you, the love, etc., the health, the well-being. And when we are in resentment, and quite often this resentment can be the vibration of resentment of Mother, and how that affects us is the resentment of Mother Earth. And so we might not think that way, but that's the way it plays out. So therefore, if we're resenting Mother Earth, we're resenting the human essence part of us that actually chose to be able to manifest and be present with success and choice when we chose to have a human form. So what we need to do is to release this resentment so that we can open the flow of the heart field once again. So when the tone comes in from the Pleiadians in a moment, I want you to imagine that you have a beautiful magenta, purpley pink beam of light coming into your heart center. Okay, so this is releasing all the old resentment, and we would like to say it's dust in your field. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so take a deep breath and just connect once again with how it feels to imagine receiving the success that you feel you want to choose. And just feel how it feels now. Does it feel nearer? Does it feel clearer? How does it feel to you? And so I can see the goddess energy coming in here. And when the goddess energy comes in, it comes in very much to align the divine feminine. And what we know about the divine feminine is this is our part of receiving too. So the goddesses wish to come in here, and whether you're a male or a female, you have the divine feminine within you. And what I'm hearing is that what's really important is for this, especially now I'm hearing it's really important for us to be in alignment with our divine feminine essence. And the reason for that I'm hearing is because this is the part of us that remembered that we could receive love, I'm hearing. So this love doesn't have to be romantic love. It can be love of ourselves, 100%, but it's also love of the universe, the love of being human, the love of our body, the love of others, and the love and the seamless love I hear of all of us being part of the unified field of consciousness. Okay, and yeah, thank you. And not to forget the love from our guides and loved ones and energies and angels and all of the ones that chose to work with us this time in this human expression. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so what they're saying is they wish to give you an activation. So this is an activation of success. And so when they come in a moment, they're going to come in and I want you to imagine that there is almost like a rod of light coming down through the crown. And I'm seeing light codes with it as well. So I'm seeing sort of many different symbols and shapes that are coming down with it, which is going to open up the possibility of attracting more success. So depending on what you chose to bring into your experience now and what you see success as being, this will open the doorway for it. Okay, so this is exciting. So I want you to imagine in a moment that you're receiving all of these codes going into the central column of your body. So through your spine, through your crown, obviously through your spine, and right the way through the center and the core of you. Okay, so here we go. So take a deep breath. and just connect with that feeling. What they're saying to me is this alignment, this pure alignment to potential, possibility, success, attraction. And I want you just to connect with your heart center now, in your heart field, and just connect with your perception of success now. How does that feel to you? Does it feel infinitely possible? Because it is. Does it feel possible? Does it feel that it's more you and that you're stepping into it? So wherever you are in that experience, I want you to imagine that you could just step into that sense of success and see yourself being, having, experiencing. And what the guides are giving me is almost like this sense of twirling around and feeling free in this manifestation of the feeling of success. And so I want you just to feel that within your body and maybe give it a colour. So come into that sense of giving it a colour. And as you give it a colour, I want you to imagine that the whole of your body becomes that colour. Remember to breathe. And I want you now just to send that colour out to the universe, letting the universe know that you are a pure reflection of success. And then connect with your heart center. Now, how possible does it feel to be that expression of success? And so it is. Whew. Deb, what did you see?
Oh, that felt awesome. That felt really awesome. And the strength of feeling successful.
Mm-hmm.
That it's all of it, that it's already there. That's who you are. And it's really just merging with the understanding of who you are.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. With a little bit of help with clearing the dust away.
Beautiful. I like that, clearing the dust away. It's all those little particles that get in the way that make you think otherwise.
Exactly. And those are just beliefs, aren't they? And half the time they're not even your beliefs. Mm-hmm. And they're just in the field. And yeah, the more we can appreciate, this is what I'm teaching the children on my children's group. Well, I'm not teaching them, I'm reminding them. And they're sending love out to the universe, and they're being this incredible unified light with everything in the universe. And it's like, wow, you know, these children are remembering this, and they're able to really be that expression now. So if they can remember it, then we as inner children can remember it too. So we, you know, we can walk about the world then creating our sense of what success is. What is yours? Because mine is freedom. I definitely, for me, the freedom to choose, obviously, to be wherever I want to be in the world, you know, that freedom for me is success. Yeah. So I see that as my success. What do you, Deb, what do you feel?
That's all part of it for me. It's the freedom to be who I want to be in the world, and to have the finances to go and bring forth the messages that I want to bring to the world, so that I could spend time with family who's spread all over the country, and friends, and to really embrace the fullness of who I am.
Yeah.
And actually seeing yourself as a success now, that it's
absolutely
it's not something that you have to attain. It's believing that you are all of that now, because as you say, we are part of the quantum field of consciousness, and it's all creation.
Exactly. And I think some of the words, that perhaps some people, we get told as children, is that, you have to kind of play small. And I think that's why Mother Mary came in initially, because it's those childhood parts, isn't it, where, perhaps we won't share our message with the world. And you know how I am, I'm like, my mission is to help people get on their mission. So if people can share their message with the world, to me, that is pure freedom and success. And so everyone can do that. Everyone can be that success, because the more you can share your message with the world, the more people you can reach. And like you said, to have the finances to do that, then you have the freedom to share your message more broadly, which I think is what it's all about, really, isn't it?
Although we also need to, I think, understand that we are right now with what we're doing in this moment, you are spreading your message out to the world.
Yes. Your light, whatever that is. Yeah.
So so we're doing it right now. You have the ability to do it right now. I think our vision of how that might happen is a little different than understanding and seeing that you are doing it right in this moment.
And it's interesting, because with the children this evening, before I came on to see you, I said to them, how about you next week you show me something special that you're creating, because it's the whole teacher kind of thing, where actually we're all teachers, and so we're all helping each other, aren't we, along the way. So it's not the them and us, which I think, some people see like you as a teacher and me as a teacher, but we're all teachers.
We're all students and teachers.
We're all students, definitely.
I would love for you to tell people about this children's group that you're doing.
Yeah, sure. So it came about because of lockdown, actually, but it's something that I have been thinking about for quite a long time, and I created something called 60 Seconds of Colour, which originally was 2 years ago to bring into schools, but schools were not quite ready then. So now I feel that 60 Seconds of Colour is actually coming into its own of how it was supposed to be. So each week I run a children's group online like this on Zoom, and half of the evening, half of the hour is children. So I do processes with children, and the other half is with their parents or the teachers or professionals, whoever want to come on the course. And it's donation basis. So if people go to my website, which is susankennard.co.uk, and sign up, the little box that flashes up is a newsletter. And once you're on the newsletter, then you get the links to be able to sign up for 60 Seconds of Colour. It's every week. It's not a subscription. It's just, choose to sign up if you want to. And essentially what my intention is that children and parents, of course, once a week can really connect with the power of who they are. And so what I've found with the children that have been attracted to it, they've been incredibly conscious children, very, very aware, but they've also forgotten how to release fear and unwanted emotions from their energy field. So what I'm doing is teaching them to release these emotions and feel strong and protected, with like cloaks of protection and magic wands and all sorts of processes we do depending on what I get guided to do, and depending on the group as well and the ages of the group. And they tend to be children from age 6 up to about 12, 13. And there seems to be a lot of 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds at the moment. So this seems to be what is needed at the moment, this sort of age group, and perhaps they're just going into secondary school or something like that. So yeah, so I'm just loving it. You know, I run those groups once a week. I run my new moon and full moon meditation. That's also a donation basis for anyone, twice a month. You've been on one of them, haven't you? You've been on one of my moons. I run all sorts of groups. Well, just go onto my website and find out what I'm up to. I've got a podcast called The Spiritual Awakener, which is across iTunes and my YouTube channel, which is my name, Susan Kennard. So I love people to connect with me however they want to connect with me. That would be great.
Thank you, Susan. And thank you for all you're doing and all the love and light that you bring to the world and to
Good fun.
Network. We love having you here.
Oh, I love being here. It's great. I love being in this energy. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. And so your website, you said it's Susan Kennard?
Yeah, so it's www. obviously, and then it's Susan Kennard, which is KENNARD, and it's co.uk, so co.uk, so not .com, although you'd probably find it.
Yes, it is easy to find. That's not a common name, and so it does pop up pretty quickly.
Exactly. Yeah, I think there's one other lady called Susan Kennard in Canada. Yeah.
So we have some more, boy, lots of bleeps going on right now. We have coming up at 2:00, 30 Days to Free Your Voice and Free Your Life with Rebecca Abraxas. And we had, oh, that's right, it's 3:00 now. We went even past that. And normally we have gratitude happy hour, but not tonight. Terry's not feeling very well, so more prayers for Terry. She is going to be on the mend, so let's all see her there at 7:00 tonight Eastern is Spirit Focus with Robert Painley, and at 9:00 with Karen Palmer is 40 Days of Chanting for Change. And then at 10:00 people get to listen to you again, Susan.
Oh, lovely. So, I'll be fast asleep by then.
Yeah. So I'm wishing everyone an absolutely blessed day, and we'll see you again tomorrow for Meditation Today. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.